came from pretty much grew up on my own and did things on my own. I didn't have much direction, so I didn't know really how to act in a lot of different situations. I just felt like I needed somebody that would make me want to be a better person and to do better and to be an example for me how to get there. And that may sound funny, but it was something that I was looking for a good anchor in a marriage partner and how to behave, and as a couple and as a person.
For me, the bedrock is God, and to trust God. The decision I made to come out of the convent was a huge one, and you don't always know when you make a leap of faith or when you make a decision how it's going to turn out. But trusting in God that He knows the plan for your life and that you cooperate with it to the best of your ability, that you can trust that it's going to be okay. It doesn't mean necessarily to be easy, but it's going to be okay. And I would have to say that starting with my religious belief added to the spirituality of the marriage encounter and Al-Anon and AA, that they have brought us full circle. And I would say to my younger self, trust God and trust yourself to do God's will.
I came to pick her up. It was a double date, and Jack, who's my brother-in-law and was Margaret's husband, was there, and they greeted me at the door, and Margaret came out, and she was pregnant by about 8 months, I guess, and she said, "Well, I'm your date," or something like that, and I didn't believe that, but anyway, Ann came out right after that, so it was kind of like I saw her come into the room, and that was the first time. I was standing at the door, and she came into the room, and that was first sight, and I liked it.
I thought he was very handsome, and I was a little bit nervous. It went fine. He did live in the city, and I lived out in the suburbs. And there was a term for that. Maybe it's true in most big cities. GU, which is geographically undesirable. So you find out, if you meet someone for the first time, you find out where do they live to see if it's compatible with where you live. So I was basically GU, but he persisted, and but we only saw each other once a week because of the travel time.
Her father really was kind of a stern fellow, and he scared me. He was not a smiley, warm, fuzzy person when you went to pick up Ann, and but he wasn't unfriendly. He was just kind of struck me as being, I better not fool around. It did scare me. But when we would drive, we would generally go into the city, and so we would it would be a good 45-minute drive back, and she'd always fall asleep, There was no conversations on the way home. I just turned on the radio, she'd fall asleep, and then we'd get home, and had to get her home. I don't know what time, but it was like 11 o'clock. She had a curfew at age 26, and so, but we honored it, and then when we did get home, we got a chance to sit in the living room. And then if I wanted to get real close to snuggle with her, she had a dog that would jump up on the bed and come up, and it would sit in the corner and watch us. And then if I got snuggly and I wanted to get close to her, you know, like this, I wanted to hug her and give her a kiss, you know, the dog would be up on the back of the couch and put his head between the two of us. So anyway, we thought that was kind of funny. Wow, that's a good question. I don't know if there was any one moment, it just was a gradual thing, but I would say it was within several months that I felt like this was the one that I wanted to marry. And, you know, say 2 to 4 months, something like that.
I was surprised, and I thought it was awfully quick, so I was not as, I think, enthusiastic as he was. He was a lot more sure of our relationship getting engaged, and it was September when we got engaged, and we only met over Memorial Day weekend in May. So I was, yes, I was, and I had only been out of the convent, like, I came out in February of that year, so I'd only been out 3 or 4 months before I met him, and then 3 or 4 months dating. And there's a funny story about, I turned him down the first time, and I said that you don't make me laugh like my brother Patrick, and he thought that was the most ridiculous thing he ever heard.
Well, when she turned me down, I felt surprised. I thought it was a slam dunk. I thought we were getting along so well that it was just going to be a yes, and then we're off on our way. And so it took me back, so I was surprised. And I thought the reason was kind of, I don't know, I never heard that one before. So, and well, I guess it might be like our first date, you know. She was crying, and then she said I didn't make her laugh, so I guess emotions played a lot to do with it, but it took me back.
Yes, he did propose again, and I said yes the second time. I thought he was very patient with me, and the more I got to know him, the more comfortable I got with the fact that it was so quick. Then I accepted the proposal, and we became engaged, and then started planning a wedding.
Remember when I was young, and so were you, and time stood still, and love was all we knew. You were the first, so was I, but made love and then you cried. Remember when? Remember when we vowed the vows and walked the walk and gave our hearts, made the start and it was hard. We lived and learned life through curves. There was joy, there was hurt. Remember when? Remember when old ones died and new were born, and life was changed, disassembled, rearranged. We came together, fell apart, and broke each other's hearts. Remember when? Remember when the sound of little feet was music? We danced to week, brought back the love. We found trust, vowed we'd never give it up. Remember when? Remember when 30 seems so old now, looking back. It's just a stepping stone to where we are, where we've been. Said we'd do it all again. Remember when? Remember when we said when we turn gray, when the children grow up and move away, we won't be sad, we'll be glad for all the life we've had, and we'll